What's up, everybody? How's it going? That was a little bit of a weird transition. That's okay. Oh, look at this. Oh, it's like old times. It's like old. Okay, what's happening here, guys? There's something happening. I forgot my microphone. What's going on in the chat? Can you guys hear me? Is this thing on? Holy shit. Shout out to Block Runner who made that intro. I got some new stuff coming from Block Runner. Man, that guy is so talented. And what's the word? Fucking awesome. I think the other word is fucking awesome. That guy is awesome. He's been so helpful to my show. So yeah, definite huge shout out to Block Runner from Flemish Giants for the graphic in the beginning, the logo, and all of the other things. What's going on a Tuesday? Man, my throat. I got a swollen throat, folks. Damn. I was doing okay. And then this weekend, Easter weekend, I let my hair down. Folks. And I'm paying for it. Yesterday, we're not going to put that episode from yesterday in the ReCoop Hall of Fame, but today is going to be a new day. All right, who do we got? Oh, thanks, Ian. I appreciate that very, very much. It looks like Ian just gave me $5, if that's what that means. I've seen it before. It's Monday, Coop. Got governor's hat trying to gaslight me in the he knows I'm vulnerable. He knows it's 6 a.m. He knows that this cup of coffee is still in there. I got my Bitcoin cup today. Bitcoin, is it still over 30,000? We're going to look in a second. It's Monday. Is it really Monday? Well, you guys need to stop. Oh, I see what you people are saying. Damn it. It's definitely Monday. Damn it, you assholes. You know what, guys? Okay, all right. I'm done. I'm edit event. Hold on. Can we do this right now? Folks, I see what you're saying. Oh my God. All right, I can't edit this right now. That would be too much. Guys, it's Monday, April 10th. Easter was one. Did you have a wonderful Easter yesterday? Oh, God damn it. All right, Block Runner is him. Yeah, he is him. Anyways, good morning, 30,000 BTC. We all love it. We see it. We want it. When altcoin pamp, that hasn't happened yet, has it? That hasn't happened. We're going to talk. You guys know I'm a little skeptical, but you also know that I'm not short, right? And you also know that I hold my BTC on a ledger, and I haven't sent that from cold storage anytime recently. So I'm feeling pretty good about it. There's a little bit inside of me that is like, because even if it goes lower than that 19,000 we saw during the circle depeg, I'm a little upset because I was very prepared to move in half my reserves into my favorites. And that includes Algo and BTC. But my damn USDC was only worth like 92 cents. And the swaps weren't very good for Tether. So I decided to wait. And it has been a pump fest ever since. I still have a feeling we're going to be able to have some time. There's going to be a little more time. But look, I say that is not financial advice. That is how I'm approaching it. I'm not going to FOMO into $30,000 Bitcoin. But, you know, most people that I'm reading and I have been reading that have been very bullish about this run seemed to think that we would hit something like 32 and then we would see a big correction. I'll be buying on that correction. And that could be the correction that keeps on correcting. All right. Anyways. So, yeah, Wilder, what's up? Cooper Troopers are in the building. Adam, thank you for joining. Maximus, that's it, buddy. It's time for sure. And yeah, CJ, what's going down? All right. So here we go. It's Monday. Awesome Algo podcast confirmed. Awesome. That's right. Just sell some and balance support. You guys are talking about quant today, huh? Bought some Cootie. Bought some Coochie. Didn't mean to say that. I did not, in fact, buy any Coochie over the Easter weekend. Okay. We talked about that. Oh, actually, you know, what was the whole thing? That Jesus saved the whores. Oh boy. Cooper can't send a super chat for some reason. Oh man, awesome Algo podcast. What's going on? The awesome Algo podcast. I haven't seen You should be able to send that, I think. I appreciate your help, though. But the Awesome Algo podcast, who's behind that? How come I don't know that? I think I might. I feel like I've heard it. Who's the person? All right. Love Rumi. Thanks for coming back, buddy. Good morning. I saw a picture of you and either your wife or girlfriend. Very lovely couple. All right. So, folks, let's just dive in. Let's look at what the news is. We'll navigate the noise. Chicken tenders, what's going down? What do you guys like? Before we dive in, let me have a sip of coffee. What do you dip your chicken tenders into? What do you dip your chicken tenders into, folks? Do you do like a weird spicy sweet sauce? Do you do ranch? Do you do barbecue sauce? All right, we don't have to do this. Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, buddy. All right. So, okay, you guys don't have to. Tears. Honey mustard. One NFT is dipping his chicken tenders into tears because of all of his investment decisions in the last 18 months. Okay, so I saw earlier today that our buddy, barbecue sauce. Yep, there we go. I think I'm a ranch guy. I mean, if I get chicken nuggets, though, from McDonald's, which is a rare treat, I don't do a lot of fast food, but I will do McDonald's breakfast. And then when we get Happy Meals, I will sometimes get little sneaky chicken nuggets, and I'll do sweet and sour sauce there. Yeah, that's true. Those Chick-fil-A tenders, you do not need to dip. I got a Chick-fil-A. I thought it was. I had never seen a Chick-fil-A until I moved to LA. And I thought it was called Chick-fil-A. All right. Enough of that. You guys are the best. Thank you for showing up. Let's look at, what should we look at first? Let's just go to CNBC. What are futures doing? All right. Looks like they're okay. There she is. All right. Let's refresh this bad boy. There you go. Very, very sideways. Tomorrow is obviously a big day. We have the CPI results. We have the Shanghai upgrade, which we will talk about in a second. There is a lot of catalysts coming up throughout the rest of this week. Is there anything interesting on CNBC that we need to discuss? AI frenzy, it is. Okay. Warren Buffett is buying a lot in Japan right now. I mean, I could click on this, but we'll click on something like that somewhere else. Looks like the 10-year is even. What does this say? 53% of Americans say they don't have any emergency savings. They're like, please get started. All right, that's enough. The founder of Paul Mitchell, which I believe is gel, right? Paul Mitchell gel. I think I wore Paul Mitchell gel when I was in 7th grade. I had a short haircut, a little spiky. You know what I'm saying? Some Jordan 4s. Maybe a little earlier, 5th grade, I would wear Guess overalls with them both down. You know what I'm saying? Come on, guys. Anybody else? Anybody peg their pants in elementary school? Where are we at? Where are my 40-year-old dudes at? All right. Let's go to Bloomberg. You guys know how much I love Bloomberg. It's actually good. It's better. I like it better than the Wall Street Journal, or I do prefer it to the Wall Street Journal. Tumbling money supply alarms economists who foresaw inflation. Well, I'm an economist that foresaw inflation. Who didn't foresee it? I guess a lot of people did. They kept on saying that it was transitory. But apparently these guys foresaw that, and now they're saying, uh-oh, we got some disinflation. So the inflation callers are now calling for disinflation. Let's read about it. You guys can see this, right? Oh, yeah. You guys can see it. We're going to read about this real quick. I promise I won't spend too much time on Bloomberg, guys, and we'll get right to crypto. But this is interesting because this would indicate a recession, really. Tumbling money supply alarms economists who foresaw inflation. Tightening gone too far. Okay, so it looks like Bloomberg's like, hey, Fed, tightening's gone too far, bro. Unfashionable since the 1980s. Monetarists gained attention. Well, I mean, I know what it probably is, but is that different than this somebody? Okay, Britain's money supply economists who emerged from obscurity in the pandemic. So this is like a money supply economist, must be a specific thing that I'm unaware of. Emerged from obscurity in the pandemic by correctly anticipating sky-high inflation before anyone else, are sounding the alarm again. Money supply growth is collapsing in the UK, Eurozone, and the US, and they read that as a warning recession and deflation. Like I said, look at me. Central bankers have raised interest rates too far, and if the so-called monetarists, the hall monitors approved right again, they say there should be a clear out of officials. Oh, because they're saying they got it wrong. Those views are held by British economist Simon Ward, economic advisor to Janice Henderson, and Tom Cogden, the UK's leading voice on the subject, and once an advisor to Margaret Thatcher. Old Margaret Thatcher. You know, I thought that Julianne Moore did a fine job on The Crown as Margaret Thatcher. Okay. Their analysis jars with the mainstream consensus that, did you guys know actually that Julianne Moore is British, in fact, born in England, but has no real accent. But that's why she was able to nail Margaret Thatcher. I thought that Julianne Moore was an American, but she was actually born in England, I believe. I received that knowledge, that useless piece of information that for some reason I'm continuing to talk about several months ago, so it could be wrong. All right. Their analysis jars with the mainstream consensus that economies are starting to pick up and inflation was primarily caused by supply shocks and energy prices. But for monetarists, growth and inflation are a function of the quantity of money in circulation and its velocity, the number of times it changes hands, and the number of times, the velocity is the number of times it changes hands. Those measures are now pointing to a slump. So the money supply is going this way, and the CPI inflation is going this way. In the US, we're going to get some of that CPI inflation news tomorrow, which is going to be huge for the markets, I think. Congdon and Shah have argued that central banks' vast quantitative easing programs and sharp rate cuts in the pandemic led to double-digit money supply growth across the U.S. and Europe. A year later, inflation was above target and on course for 10%. Today, money supply is plummeting. All right, let's not read this entire article. Vincenzo Anguscio warned that a recent contraction in the U.S. of M2, which measures cash in circulation plus dollars in the bank and money market accounts, suggests that the Federal Reserve has pushed too hard on the monetary brakes. People need to keep an eye on the money supply dynamic when it swings so much. So there seems to be like a bit of a fight here. Ward warns officials to stop shrinking their balance sheets through so-called quantitative tightening. Cutting rates should even be considered, probably by a lot. They need to restore positive money growth. The monetarists won the inflation forecasting contest, but the central bankers claim that was a fluke. Now for the rematch. If the central bankers lose this one and we move into recession or deflation, will there finally be a reckoning and clear out? Falling money supply may anticipate deflation, but it may also simply reflect the recent banking crisis and instability in financial markets caused by the aggressive rising cycle. All right. I'm sorry, guys. I apologize to you and everybody for spending too much time on this article. I doubt the monetarism, I hate that word also, will be embraced by either the academic or central bank communities in the coming years. Okay. All of that for this guy with the last name Pill. Hugh Pill. Okay. He says nobody's listening to these dudes. They got lucky. All right. Well, I'm glad that I spent all that time, guys. There you go. So a bunch of idiots in England think we're headed to recession and that we need to start cutting rates. But it is the head story. Okay. Anything else? Do you guys want anything else from this? Twitter becomes X Corp as Musk advances everything app hopes. I'm actually curious. Sorry, guys. Has ceased to be an independent company after merging with a newly formed shell firm called X Corp. Twitter no longer exists after being merged with X Corp. All right. What does that mean? He's doing something. It's good. It's good. Whatever it is. Just keep doing it, buddy. Just charge me all the money you want. Whatever you want. Just keep on charging. And, don't let me post my YouTube videos. All right. Let's get to crypto. What do you guys think? Do you guys want to talk about crypto? You heard of that? Cryptocurrency? I'm actually curious to see where we at. No, we were, last I looked, it was like 30,000 even, but it's like in this range, 30,132. Ethereum is just under 2,000, a little over 1,900, really. We got news that, what country was it? Somebody's working with XRP on a CBDC. We'll look at coin market cap for that. A16Z sees Web3 strength and second state of crypto report. I'm not going to look at that. CleanSpark buys 145 million of Bitcoin mining rigs to double its hash rate. There you go. That's what happens, folks. The price goes up and miners are like, holy crap, we got to get in here. We could be making money. Oh. Here we go. We've been talking about this on the show about the South Korean wash trading. Does it have anything to do with that? I guess kind of. Employees of South Korean cryptocurrency exchange Coin1 have been arrested in connection with exchanging money in return for listing certain crypto assets. There's no concern about escaping. Coin1's listing team member Kim Mo has been accused of violating the Concealment of Criminals Proceeds Act and a breach of trust. Among those cryptocurrencies was Forever Coin. Anybody own Furry Evercoin? Unfortunately, I've never heard of that. A crypto that was listed exclusively on Coin1, and that has been linked to a recent kidnapping and murder investigation in the Gangnam district in Seoul. Police suspect that a 48-year-old woman may have been abducted and murdered as revenge for a failed investment. A failed investment in Furry Evercoin? Somebody killed a woman because their investment in Furry Evercoin didn't pan out? Well, that's a mess. Imagine what they'd do to, I don't know. I'm not going to say that joke. Okay. SEC is adding attorneys to crypto enforcement unit. Yeah, because it seems like they have a lot coming up. Jerks. Let's see. Not jerks. Whatever. The U.S. SEC is hiring general attorneys for its crypto enforcement division in New York, Washington, and San Francisco, according to a job posting. The call for attorneys to join the regulator's crypto asset and cyber unit, or CACU, comes after the agency said in March that it was planning to add additional staff. Under Gary Gensler, the SEC has been cracking down on the crypto industry with renewed vigor. Yeah, it is. The attorneys joined the CACA. Joining CACA are expected to conduct investigations involving crypto asset securities, develop litigation plans, draft legal documents, and, just terrorize the space. The CACA exercises the full range of the division's investigative and law enforcement powers and focuses on violations of the federal securities laws. Of course it does. They're going to pay them a lot of money for that. You can get a lot of money to work for the CACA unit. Sorry for finding that fun to say. Let's see anything else, and then we'll get to XRP's 4-week rally was led by retail. Okay. Where did I see? Oh, yeah, there it goes. Montenegro's central bank to develop CBDC pilot with Ripple. Okay. Well, there's always pilots going around. PyCon? What the fuck? Bitcoin, not Ether, builds crypto market dominance ahead of Ethereum's Shanghai upgrade. Aptos, everybody's favorite cryptocurrency, bumps ahead of $50 million token unlock, which may add selling pressure. May, huh? Yeah, those people aren't going to sell, are they? No way. Millions of Aptos tokens will be unlocked on Wednesday. Wednesday's going to be interesting. Lots of things unlocking on Wednesday. Some 84% of total apt tokens are still locked, meaning current valuations could likely dip in the long term as a bulk of the tokens are still yet to hit the market. Okay, I mean, we all know what this stuff is. Yeah. Does anybody actually use Aptos for anything? All right. I spent a long time on that. Let's look at CoinMarketCap. Check out some volumes. All right. Bitcoin's at 30,141. Big volume. What was this? 12 million yesterday? When we looked at this, the volume has doubled in the last 24 hours since the last time we looked at this. I believe volume was at 12 billion yesterday. ETH volume is up as well. This still isn't like insane volume for Bitcoin though. Where's it all happening? It's obviously all happening on Binance. It always all happens on Binance, which doesn't really indicate much, but yeah, so 11% of volume is in the Binance BTC USDT pool. And then you got the TUSD, which is the zero fee Binance pool, is doing about 5.5%. And then BUSD is doing less than that. And then the other big player is BTC US dollar, and that does a little more than the BUSD pool. So, yeah, there you go. So what's that? 3, 4, almost 5 billion of that 24 just happens in these three pools on Binance. So much of the Bitcoin volume is on Binance, folks. All right. I think we all knew that already. And let's see, how are alts doing? They're not, I mean, XRP is at 52 cents. Cardano broke 40 cents. We haven't seen that in a bit, I think. Well, I guess we have because, well, earlier today. Doge is at 8.5 cents. Solana's up a couple bucks. Polkadot's up a little bit. Volume is looking okay. Litecoin's up to 95. Yeah, there's definitely not been a huge move. There hasn't been a corresponding huge move by alts. They're pushing up, but I think people are skeptical. Algorand, man, barely over 22 cents. Come on, man. Get it together, Algo. Get it together. Sorry. 62 million. I guess the volume's a bit up. I think it was yesterday, was like 56, which you would expect. The last 24 hours before yesterday was Easter, even though my video says Monday. Damn it. Everyone's here because it's Monday. Thank you guys for showing up, even though I make stupid mistakes like that. All right. Well, I don't really find any of that all that interesting. Let's go back to, let's go back here. Say hello to you guys. What are we talking about? Okay, what are you guys talking about? Real quick before we move. Oh, Algo HQ's back. What's up, buddy? Coop. Major news for today is that BTC broke 30,000 USD yesterday. Thank you, Ludo. Gary V talked about Algo HQ. Thanks, buddy. Man, people are coming through. I appreciate you guys. $75 big baller. What are you talking about? Whoa, I don't know what CZK is. Oh, awesome algo podcast. I really appreciate you. What is CZK? What currency is that? Subtopia. I got to see it. I do. What up, ugly? What's going on? I like Ibu in the building. I appreciate you guys. I got a good group of guys and gals. I know that you show up. Let me see. I'm going to make a big deal out of you when I see you. To all the women. So if you're here, say hi. Oh, he does. Okay, so Shek is saying that he does some really good technical content. That's awesome. That's awesome. So I should check that out. Then you don't need to dip. Okay, we're already there. What's up with France and BlackRock? I know, right? We watched that on Friday. I think that started to go down on Friday, and it kind of was breaking news while I was on air. And yeah, they broke into. Is it still going on? And they broke into the BlackRock building in Paris. All right. Well, I appreciate you. I used LA Looks hair gel. Yes, you did, Vince. Tight rolled jeans. Fuck the world. That's it. Okay. Hey, David, what's up, man? Can you please tell your faithful audience when Stacy the Plague Warden will be terminated so Algo scam can finally rise? Oh, man. David, what's going on, man? Yeah, I know. I know how you feel. I've seen it. I've seen it for a while. And look, I'm not going to lean into that right now. Patrick, what's up? Good morning. Okay, so let's go see. So Gary V talked about next gens. That's cool. Hello, guys. Do you think Little Dirk is not pumping on the socials because it would look like a rug? I don't think so. I think Little Dirk is just kind of chilling. I wonder if my question is, I think hopefully Little Dirk is going to show up to this Twitter space, right? For the launch. You would think he'd be there for that. I tweeted it about how we should show up to the space. I'm going to try to make it to this space. I think it's today at like 6:20. 6:20 Eastern. So I think it would be good, if this thing is legit, which it does. I mean, look, folks, you can spend $500, but at least you're getting, I see a lot of people not understanding. I think a lot of people are thinking that you just get an NFT of some design shoes. And I think at some point it was supposed to be only a certain amount of people would get actual physical shoes. But Nextgens is like, you know what? We're just going to give 11,111 actual physical shoes out as well. So that's pretty cool. It'll be interesting to see them pull that off. I don't know that I have $500 that I want to spend. I mean, there's so many different pairs of shoes that I actually want. $500 could really get me the type of shoes that I want. But I also want to support, people building cool shit on Algorand. Yeah, Algo HQ. I respect it too. And by the way, I think he's a co-founder of the business. So Little Dirk isn't just some guy that they have like roped into this to, to bleed the Algorand NFT community of any final dollars that they have. We're going to have robots and shoes, folks. But yeah, he's a co-founder of the company. So if that's true and he has any kind of active say in the company, you would think that could be pretty bullish for future collabs. Maybe he can get his buddy, what's that country star that he did a song with? The guy that got in trouble and then I think he got kicked off of Saturday Night Live. What's that guy's name? Morgan Wallen or something? They did a song together after that whole fiasco. Kind of like that. Yeah. I mean, this is a rough time. The fact that Nextgens and anybody launching in this moment right now is rough. Ice Age Trails, what's up? There he is. Fisherman, what's up? Copper's in the building. VC funding will be flowing back into Algorand ecosystem soon. I agree with you, Dustin. Yeah, it's $500, Scotty. You get $500. I mean, to be honest, I was fearful that it was going to be more than $500. Crazy Goose Robot mint price 69 algo. I'd definitely buy shoes if it was 69 algo. 2,275 algo. You could buy Dan K's Yieldlings for that. He was doing a fire sale on that. Do you guys see that? Anyways, that guy's out. That guy's been he's been he's been in the ecosystem for a long time. All right. So I said we're going to talk about the Shanghai upgrade. So let's do that. So the Shanghai upgrade, as far as I can tell, is happening tomorrow, Wednesday at, what was it? It was like 3:27 p.m. Western, my time. So it was, 22:27 UTC. So that should be, I think like 3:30. So 6:30 Eastern tomorrow. And the way that works is, not all staked ETH is going to become available after the Shanghai upgrade. I think it is like 115,000 a day or something. And then all of them that are using like Lido and Rocket Pool and all of that, you'll be able to unstake that, but that'll be a while from now. But really, you wouldn't think that Rocket Pool and Lido would create a whole bunch of selling pressure because it's all liquid. So people have been able to sell it if they wanted to. So the real pressure is going to come on this kind of daily drip from validators if they are interested in selling this huge pump that has happened up to 2,000. So you certainly should be a little on alert about your ETH. I think it's also supposed to help with gas fees for layer 2s. All right, here we are. Oh, wait. Okay. I caught myself before. I spent a whole long time on the wrong page. So you guys should all be proud of me. I saw a Soulbound token arc. We'll talk about what Soulbound tokens are, and that sounds pretty cool. It might get an ASA. Where the hell is it? I found it. Every time Bitcoin pumps, okay, that's fine. Here it is. Everybody starts, Capo. Do you guys follow Capo? I've talked about him in the past. He has been calling for 12,000 and he is still short. I'm not short Bitcoin, but he's definitely, I think he said he was short BNB, Aave, and a couple others. It doesn't matter. Okay, let's go over here. But he always trends when Bitcoin pumps, but he really believes that this is all a fake out. And a lot of people do. And then a lot of people don't. Okay, anyways, so Ethereum will conclude its 2-year transition to proof of stake this week with the launch of the Shanghai upgrade on April 12th, which is tomorrow. Not the day after tomorrow, like my stupid video says. Okay, the move will introduce a number of technical improvements to the network, but most Ethereum traders only care about one thing, staking withdrawals. With more than 18 million ETH, worth roughly 34 billion, locked up on the Ethereum network, set to finally become available to validators, investors are understandably uneasy about what this might mean for the price of the second largest cryptocurrency. Yeah, that's right. Told Decrypt that in his view, price impact in the short term, however, will be a little more muted than community expectations suggest. Yeah, I don't anticipate that all these validators that have been validating Ethereum are just going to start dumping their tokens. Also known by its consensus name, Capella, Shanghai ends a 2-year lockup period on staked ETH and its corresponding rewards. They're going to sell some of this stuff, folks. They're selling this 2-year lockup period, all of their rewards, really good price. Yeah, this is getting sold, baby. Today's, come on, really? If all, it has to be. Or, it could be wrong. I could be wrong. If all goes well, Ethereum stakers will be able to begin sending withdrawal requests to the network immediately after Shanghai goes live. But that doesn't mean users will receive the funds on day one because of the anticipated length of the withdrawal queue. Holders may have to wait weeks to months. With many speculating whether this event will cause a massive sell-off in price, it's important to realize that the withdrawal queue only allows a limited set of requests per day. 115,200. I don't know if that's requests. So while there may be sustained downward pressure on the price, unstaking is not likely to cause a sharp sudden dip. That's right. But if you're seeing like a sustained push down, other people that have liquid ETH might be like, okay, we got to get out ahead of this. This isn't looking like it's going in the right direction. Individual, especially if some sort of event happens, like if what Kobe tweeted last week about there being a red notice for CZ. If that plays out, it's so funny how quickly we moved on from that. Like, oh, he didn't mean anybody to see that. he was just trying to predict something that may happen in the future because all of his friends were talking about that. Like Kobe's friends? I don't know. Kobe's friends are probably pretty in the know. Anyways, and besides the wait times, others point out that the availability of liquid staking services such as Lido means that traders who have wanted the ability to trade staked ETH have already been able to do so. That's right. But most people have been able to sell for quite some time, okay, because of Lido and Rocket Pool, what I said earlier. So I don't actually think Shanghai represents a major shift in the economics of Ethereum. I think that's hopium or copium. To be more direct, is priced in. Okay. I mean, we'll see. It's entirely possible that there will be more people willing to stake ETH after the upgrade, as people will be more certain that they can safely unstake their ETH. Now, okay, that makes sense to me. So people are going to be like, all right, so I can stake my ETH and I don't have an indefinite amount of time that it's going to be in there. I mean, that has been a nightmare. And so people probably aren't staking their ETH as a validator, at least, because they didn't know if they were going to be able to withdraw it. But now that they know that they will be able to withdraw it, they might be more inclined to do so. I accept that. It's going to take a while for people to really understand what the dynamics are regarding whether or not this is bullish or bearish. Okay, enough of this. We don't know. Custody is going to get much more competitive. Because suddenly you can custody ETH as a bank or as one of these solutions for low to no fees. I think that's going to lead to a lot of locked up ETH. And of course, that's going to be great for the price in the long run. I mean, I also think there's probably going to be a boom in liquid staking, right? So these validators, I don't know. I guess liquid staking was already here. But once you can withdraw easily on all of these platforms, you can see that hopefully there'll be competition between liquid staking to get everybody more and more yield. But enough of that, right? Nobody wants to talk about this anymore, do you? Tomorrow at 3:27 Pacific Standard Time in the afternoon, if I'm correct, I mean, I could do this. Yeah. 3:27 p.m. Tuesday. Yeah, well, Wednesday. Okay. Enough of that. Okay, so I did want to point this out. And do you think I'm crazy? Because sometimes I am a little crazy. I think you guys know that. But first, let's just see if there's anything new from our buddy CZ, the Hulk. Keep building. That's keep building, folks. Red Zone. She's 19. What are we talking about over there? So it's easy to. So okay, what was it at the beginning of this bull run? CZ announces that he is going to, before he does it, that he's going to put $1 billion into Bitcoin, BNB, ETH, and whatever else. And he basically tells everybody, "I'm about to pump the market, folks. Get out ahead of it." And if you are a chump like me, you dragged your feet too much, and then you got stuck in the USDC debacle, and you didn't quite take advantage of that pump as well as you could. I didn't completely get left on the sidelines personally, but I didn't do exactly what I wanted to do because of USDC. Frankly, I would have done more. But then yesterday, CZ, before Bitcoin starts pumping, he tweets, "We're in it for the tech, right?" I mean, to me, that feels like we're in it for the tech, right? And then he goes and pumps the price. He makes me uncomfortable. He does. I mean, I'm all for him, and I'm not trying to FUD, really. I'm just saying this whole dynamic, this whole game of chicken between him and the U.S. government just makes me a little uncomfortable, folks. We'll see. I'm not telling you anything, and I'm not saying I want him to win. I also don't want him to rely on him for the price of Bitcoin to, movements. That seems like a bad idea as well. All right, moving on. Okay. Fortune magazine. They came out with their Fortune Crypto 40 winners yesterday. I don't have a Fortune subscription, so I can't look at it, but they put it down here. The winners in the crypto native centralized finance category: Coinbase was number 1, Binance was number 2, Circle's number 5. The winners in the traditional finance category: firms whose primary business is non-crypto, but they have made a name in the blockchain, are PayPal, Robinhood, Chase, Fidelity, and Visa. Take a bow: leading crypto VC firms: Polychain, Animico Brands, A16Z, Pantera. Best NFT outfits are Rand Gallery, EXA Marketplace, Shuffle, OpenSea, Yuga Labs, Crazy Goose Flock. Crypto data winners: Chain Analysis, cool. Infrastructure, Ledger, good. MoonPay. DeFi winners are Tiny Man. No, just kidding. Uniswap, Lido, MakerDAO. All right. Did you guys see this? This is another thing. We'll talk about that. We're going to talk about the Messina Bridge. One more macro thing. Sorry, guys. New York Times, everybody in crypto's favorite publication. There is an article: banks are closing customer accounts with little explanation. Increasing attention to suspicious seeming transactions has led to some people suddenly losing access to their bank accounts. The reasons are often a mystery. They sent money to Coinbase or MEXC. The bank had dumped him as a customer. The rep said he should have received a letter in the mail, but couldn't say much more than what was in the notice. Unexpected activity had led to the closing of his account. It was almost like getting a scarlet letter. With fraudulent activity on the rise and exploding during the pandemic, some banks are taking an even harder look at their customers' transactions and closing their accounts when they feel that is necessary. I actually didn't really read this. Okay. So if banks fail to report suspicious activity and regulators discover problematic transactions later, banks and their compliance employees are potentially on the hook for all manner of penalties. So all their incentives are towards closing accounts. I'm just wondering if there's anybody that's like, I sent this to... It is the bank's version of if you see something, say something. A former chief of the money laundering and asset forfeiture. All right. Vague explanations. Mr. Dillon, who lives in Brooklyn, had a job interview the day his cards were declined. Convinced that his debit card should work, after all, the Chase mobile app reflected his balance. He tried to use it again to pay for freshly printed copies of his resume. After his card was declined, again, he called the bank from the printing shop. Don't you have a printer, Mr. Dillon? Chase only reiterated that it had told him the night before. The next morning, he went to his Chase branch. He left with the cashier's check for his account balance, but without any satisfying answers. Later that evening, he finally unearthed the bank's Dear John letter. Financial institutions have an obligation to know your customers and monitor transactions. After careful consideration, we decided to close your accounts because of expected activity on this. So what is going on? What did he do? His family, which had paid for his tuition, well, this is why. I mean, this is no mystery. What are we talking about? It's because he was getting money sent from Pakistan regularly, and they didn't via wire transfers, and they shut it down because of that. Okay. So you guys just making me, this feels like a waste of my time right now, guys. I wanted the word crypto. Sorry. Do you guys like it when I scream at New York Times articles? Okay. So do you guys know what a Soulbound NFT is? These are things that are going to help you confirm your identity without actually telling people a lot of things. You can do a lot of cool stuff with zero knowledge and all of that. A Soulbound NFT. So I think it started in a game, right? Didn't Soulbound? Here we go. This is right. So Soulbound NFTs, and this is something that is happening on Algorand right now. And I know most of you are interested in Algorand, so let's talk about it. Soulbound NFTs have attracted attention recently, with Ethereum founder Vitalik Buterin being one notable proponent. The concept of a soulbound NFT is derived from the online multiplayer game World of Warcraft. In the game, users are able to obtain high-level weapons and accessories that cannot be traded or exchanged, but are instead tied to the user's account. Thus, they are soulbound. The concept has been adopted by Web3, mainly for identification purposes. Soulbound tokens cannot be transferred once created or acquired. They are held in wallets known as souls. Soulbound tokens can be considered permanent attributes or traits that define the soul of an account. The fact that soulbound tokens cannot be exchanged or sold proves that the user is entitled to the relevant token. Soulbound tokens could represent medical records, education certificates, criminal records, or even know your client customer KYC records. Since different soulbound tokens each have unique functions, users can also separate their tokens. Now, this is going to be extraordinarily important in a future of DeFi where KYC is necessary. So potentially you can KYC, get your soulbound token, and no other information needs to be told. That's what we want. Zero knowledge soulbound tokens. Since different soulbound tokens each have unique functions, users can also separate their tokens among various souls based on function. For example, they may have one soul for medical records and another one for exchange information and KYC details. An early implementation of soulbound tokens is the Binance account bound BAB token. This acts as a form of verification on the BNB chain for Binance users that have completed KYC. These tokens can also be used for identity verification for other projects without undergoing the same KYC process again. These soulbound NFTs could help regulate token sales, airdrops, voting on governance proposals, and more. With the increased emphasis placed on compliance and regulation, soulbound tokens aim to address these issues while bringing back greater control and access to users. Soulbound tokens can allow for greater security with regards to user verification. Sybil attacks can be reduced by soulbound tokens that verify unique users are who they claim to be, eliminating the risk of fake users and imposters. Unlike traditional systems, users would also be able to control access to their data to set the visibility of soulbound tokens so that they can control when, with whom, and what details of their information are shared. Own your own identity. This is good. I'm excited about this. Well, let's get to the end of this. Is there anything else that you guys want to know about this? It should not be assumed that there is only one person behind any persona. More work needs to be done in this area to define how soulbound tokens can be granularized and standardized to represent characteristics of only one individual. The concept of soulbound tokens is still a new one and several issues need to be resolved. Okay, well, fine. But then if we go over here, that's Capo. We don't really, okay, we are already here. So let's just go to my profile. Here we go. I got my Goot. Shout out to also Pyrenees Pack a long time ago. This was like one of my first graphics for the ReCoop. He made me this. I sent him the old Nintendo logo, and he came up with that cool thing. There we go. Going live. Look at me. Okay, let's get to the retweet that I did. Here it is. Algorand, France. Stefan or Steph. What do you guys say in France? Okay, a new ARC standard for the Algorand Soulbound token is available. It covers burnable and non-burnable Soulbound tokens. Please feel free to comment and remember to retweet to share this as much as possible. We're not going to get into this, but looks like they're doing good work here. So I'm excited about that. And Stephanie, do they call maybe men and are they Stephanie? I'm going to stop trying. He's got the Tamer. Also, Algo Gaming Guild. They rebranded Cooldown Gaming Guild. I kind of like that. I like it. The number one source for gaming on the Algorand blockchain. Is there something cool? Do you guys have a new we're going to look at this real quick. Shout out to the gaming. We're looking at, what time is it? Okay. I don't even look at the market open, by the way. That was when I first started the show. I was like, okay, at 6:30, I'll go over to and we'll go look at the open, but nobody cares. You guys care about Algorand gaming, right? I saw somebody tweet. Who was it? He was talking to somebody from another chain. He brought up Algorand and they're like, oh, isn't that the gaming blockchain? And then I think this dude thought, oh, is he thinking of Avalanche? But he's like, yeah, isn't like that real estate lofty thing also on Algorand? So people are maybe people in other ecosystems are starting to realize what Algorand is, and they're thinking of it as the gaming blockchain, which I like. There's good games, man. Fractal Monsters, Alchemon, all of these NFT artists are creating. What's his face? The guy from Solana, not Soulbound tokens. The So Dead, the vampires. He bought a bunch of gooses. He bought a bunch of goots during. There was some hype about these vampires coming to Algorand, and then the guy that created, what is it called, So Dead, he rugged, and this dude, I think his name's like Joe or something, he is trying to bring back that project. And while he was doing it, but during the good days, during the Long Boys days, this guy bought a bunch of goots, and he posted yesterday, he's like, my God, there are so many cool things on Algorand, so many cool NFT projects on Algorand. If they could just find people, if they could find buyers, he explicitly said, it could really take off. So there is a potential, folks. There's potential. This week in Algorand Gaming, I'm going to run through this really quick. Cosmic Champs, Alchemon, Algo Seas, Fractal Monsters, Borks, NFT NYC. They're going to be there. Okay, so exciting news, gamers. Algo Gaming Guild is now Cooldown Gaming Guild. We're expanding our reach to multiple blockchains to better support the gaming community and bring more exposure to Algorand. I'm with you, Cooldown. Let's expand, baby, and bring them all in. Okay, good. I thought for a second. All right. But, I mean, age your tacket. I don't want to spend too much time because we're almost at the end. But you guys should definitely check out Cooldown Gaming Guild because they're cool. And then you have this bridge, Messina 1. Polygon is integrated with Messina 1 bridge, enabling seamless asset transfer between Polygon and Algorand. Users can now easily bridge Matic and access a wider range of DeFi opportunities. So we could get, wrapped Matic and put it on Pact or something? What's going on? On Humble? Awesome. I think that's good. One gaming blockchain to another. Be able to bridge. That's potentially very good for Cooldown Gaming Guild and, gaming. Because obviously Polygon is doing a good job with games too. No hate there. So that's cool. Congrats, Messina 1. Way to keep on delivering. Or beginning to deliver. However you want to put it. How are you guys? You guys excited about Glitter Bridge? Rainbow Chain? Guys excited? Pumped up about by David from Glitter? I saw that him and Prim are getting along really well. Okay. So last but not least, let's just look at everybody's favorite bear. Capo. Congratulations to the Bulls that were respectful and were calling for 30K. My bearish scenario is not invalidated yet. All good things come to those who wait. So this guy is full on not believing in this pump. After hours and hours of deep analysis and research, I still see many reasons to be bearish, much more than to be bullish. I've already explained here some and would fully explain the reasoning with all the best intention as I always do, but I've lost the motivation to do so. Because it's been a hard couple of months, Capo, for you. It's a big mistake to think you have to catch all the moves. I did very well during 2022, shorting the coins that dumped the most and making good money. Missing a wave up is not a worry. In fact, I'm very relaxed and focusing on my plan. Okay. I don't know why I'm giving so much time to this. No, not invalidated yet. Nature of the move is still the same. Bear market rally, short squeeze, and still seeing signs of clear manipulation. Now, I can't deny that. It does feel like CZ is pumping this thing. New lows are still likely according to my system, and a capitulation event could still be yet to come. All right, I'm not going to, we're good. The joke would at least be funny if I shorted BTC, but I never did. I think this is where he says what he tweeted. Still short and strong. I've repeated many times that I'm short on BNB and I guess Tron. Also Sol and Aave. I mean, can you blame him for any of that? Those seem like pretty good shorts. Okay, let's go back. Let's get rid of this. Let's make my face smaller. And let's look over here. I'm going to scroll down starting at, let's go through. Kevin Rose probably has them since Moonbirds were in the video. Damn, $500. Pretty sweet money grab if you do that math. I wonder how much it cost him to make those shoes. Also worth noting, the price of ETH now is not too different from when it was during when lockups happened. If there is a dump, it is from fear, not by people cashing in. Yeah, the hat says that it's about the same price. So if people are dumping, yeah, I mean, you might just see people selling their rewards and that's it, and then just continuing to go. Sorry, I'm still not over the $500 for shoes with no reputation. Yeah, I mean, that's another aspect of the shoes is that, like, are you guys super into the next gen's brand, and you're believing that they're going to take off with sneakerheads. Yeah, I agree with the hat here. The real value I see in the shoes is showing how real world assets can have authenticity and provenance demonstrated on chain. Sweet. Proof of humanity until you sell or lose your seed phrase, or somebody gets it like my algo, and now they have your proof of identity because they were able to rekey your wallet. So, think about this. What if you just make a new wallet? Soulbound token irrelevant? Well, you won't be able to move it. Yeah, I guess it just dies on that wallet. Yeah. By the way, the Soulbound white paper was co-authored with Vitalik and folks from Microsoft Research. No face. So much hopium from you today, Coop. I love it. Super IO, Super Algo will take off in Algorand Gaming. Glitterbridge works. Fatso's annoying, though. I've used Glitterbridge, and it did work. It did. It did what I needed it to do. So I was glad it was there. I didn't have a lot of options. So, look, folks, I mean, I'm not that much into rainbows, but I wish them all good. A little pot of gold. Little pot of gold at the end of that rainbow. Good evening to the Cooper Troopers. Where you at, Mel? Later, Coop and all. I need to go check the stocks since Coop isn't on this Monday. Sorry, buddy. If I say it correctly. Okay, let's go look at stocks real quick. And then I'm going to sign off. How do we do? All right, we're even. We don't know what to do. The market has no idea what to do. Tomorrow morning, we will Oh, I'm not even showing you this. I'll show this to you, and then we'll go. Okay, we'll reconvene tomorrow. No, I don't like it like that. I like it like this. We'll reconvene tomorrow because at 5:30, we'll know what the CPI is, and we'll see what the markets do. Because really, what's going to be good news? Probably, I guess good news is going to be a cool down, but it's just going to be a slight cool down will be good news. Is there a Fed speaker today or is that tomorrow? What are we talking about here? U.S. Treasury yields were little changed on Tuesday as investors awaited a series of comments from Federal Reserve officials and looked at key inflation data due later in this week. So, yeah, you got the CPI tomorrow. You got PPI on Thursday. The yield on the 10-year was flat. So we're going to really know what's going on tomorrow and Thursday, folks. And then we're going to, and then we're going to see how the Shanghai upgrade goes. We're going to see if there's any sort of downward pressure after that. It's going to get interesting. All right. Well, folks, today is most certainly Tuesday. I'm going to change this after. I'm going to change the title of this video right after I say end stream. Today's Thursday. Today's Tuesday. Tomorrow's Wednesday. A lot of interesting stuff happening tomorrow. I will be ready to go at 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 a.m. Eastern. Tomorrow, Wednesday. Today at 3:20, 6:20 Eastern, 6:20 Eastern. Nextgens is going to do their big launch Twitter space. They are promising special guests, so hopefully it'll be a fun/funny event. I'll be there and I'll be listening. Good news is starting the day as a Cooper Trooper, just like that ABBA song, Cooper Trooper's lights are going to find me. That's right, Mike. Joke's on us. Sol will still probably outperform Algo. Can't polish a turd, but you can cover it in glitter. There you go, Mort. That's how we're going to end this show. You can't polish a turd, but you can cover it in glitter. All right, folks, I'll see you tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern.